You know, guys, at this point, I am 100% convinced that the agenda for the South African Human Rights Commission is to suppress South Africans. I think these foreigners that are leading this institution, they hate the fact that we South Africans have the right to express our frustrations about the things that are happening in our lives. And one of the issues that this useless institution don't want to hear South Africans talk about is the issue of illegal immigration. And guys, let me tell you for free, this issue of illegal immigration is not going anywhere because now it is affecting everybody in this country. It is not going anywhere. This South African Human Rights Commission, they can release as many statements that they like. They can go to Fadima Semola and encourage Fadima Semola to arrest the people that are fed up with this issue of illegal immigration, but it is not going anywhere. It is not going anywhere. And I find it quite strange that we have a Chapter 9 institution in this country that is led by a bunch of foreigners and that continues to work against the people of this country. How is it possible that South Africans are paying for this institution that continues to undermine them every day? I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't know why these people think they can have a press conference and tell South Africans that we have engaged with the police and we want the police to arrest these people that are stopping the illegal immigrants from getting the healthcare in this country, because in this country everybody is supposed to get the healthcare. They are directly undermining the people that are paying for that healthcare. If there's one thing that is very clear, South African taxpayers have made it very clear that we do not appreciate the fact that our tax money is being used to service the people that have decided to break the rules by getting into this country illegally. We do not appreciate that. We don't appreciate the fact that our tax money is being used to protect these people. We don't appreciate the fact that our tax money is being used to shelter these people. This is what South Africans are actually saying. So these people, they can have as many press conferences as they want. They can release as many statements as they want. But the truth of the matter is that the issue of illegal immigration is not going anywhere. And this is something that South Africans will continue to speak about. We don't care if you guys call us xenophobic. We don't care if these bunch of leftist politicians in this country call us xenophobic. We don't care if the mainstream media call us xenophobic. But as South Africans, we will continue to speak about the issue of illegal immigration, and groups like Operation Dudula, whether you like it or not, they will continue to be popular in this country. They will continue to be popular in this country. I mean, South Africans have heard it, man. We have heard it. In this country, we are being told by the politicians that are in parliament, the people that are supposed to serve the people of this country, they are telling South Africans that they are xenophobic. The media that is supposed to be delivering the news to the people of this country is telling South Africans that they are xenophobic. Now, we have a Chapter 9 institution that is filled with foreigners telling South Africans that they are xenophobic simply for expressing our dissatisfaction with this issue of illegal immigration. You cannot beat us down. You cannot beat us down. So these people, they can do as many press conferences as they like, just like the press conference that they did yesterday, where they told the South Africans that, yeah, now we have engaged with the South African Police Service, we have engaged with the national commissioner to actually do something about Operation Dudula. And what I find quite strange is that I have never heard of South African Human Rights Commission, not even for once, protecting the lives of the people of this country, protecting South Africans, and saying something needs to be done at the borders, because it cannot be right that people are pouring in this country, and some of these people that are pouring in this country are committing crimes in this country. They have never said that. What is it that the government is doing about this open borders? What is it that the government is doing about the people that are in this country illegally? If anything, man, these people will go as far as defending the illegal foreigners that are occupying buildings in the middle of the cities. These people, you remember last year, they went out of their way to defend the people that were mining illegally, that were stuck, and actually took the government to the courts to force the government to provide these people with their essentials, with their luxury essentials. So this is how much this institution hates South Africans, and this is the reason why we real South Africans hate this institution. Until today, I don't understand why South Africans continue to pay for this institution that continues to undermine them every day. I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't understand. It is not serving us. as the people of this country. And they can sit there thinking they are South African Human Rights Commission. You guys can put as many banners as you want behind you. You can call as many cameras as you like and call yourself a South African Human Rights Commission. You are not a South African Human Rights Commission, because if you were the real South African Human Rights Commission, you would actually protect the rights of the people of this country. You would protect the human rights of South Africans. But you don't care about the human rights of South Africans. You don't give a damn about the fact that these people that are jumping and getting in this country illegally are abusing the human rights of South Africans. You don't care about the families of the people that were slaughtered in the hands of these illegal foreigners. You don't care about the smuggling that has gone up in this country. You don't care about these crimes that South Africans were not familiar with in the past. You don't care about all of that. You don't care. You only care about the rights of these people in this country. You are not South African Human Rights Commission. You are not my Human Rights Commission. As far as I'm concerned, you guys are null and void. You guys are null and void. I hate this institution, man. I hate this institution with everything that I have.
Number two, we were very clear that it's unlawful for any citizen or anyone to try to enforce immigration laws. No one is allowed to play the role that is supposed to be played by Home Affairs.
I mean, guys, you remember yesterday we were covering the story of Panyaza Lesufi talking about evicting these illegal foreigners at 2 a.m. in Gauteng, and Panyaza Lesufi saying that like blatantly these people have actually occupied the spaces that they were not supposed to occupy. This is a land grabs. The South African Human Rights Commission came and said that no, the Gauteng government does not have the right to remove these people from this land that they have occupied illegally. They say the government does not have the right to remove the people from the land that they have occupied illegally. So what if tomorrow you actually find somebody in your house? You find somebody in your house, and this person says that, no, this is my house now. Guess what the South African Human Rights Commission is going to say? No, you cannot evict that person. You cannot evict that person. They told the government that you don't have the right to evict the people that have occupied the land that they were not supposed to be there. They were not supposed to be occupying that land. They defended that. And this is what we have to deal with as South Africans. This is what we have to endure as South Africans.
Number two, we were very clear that it's unlawful for any citizen or anyone to try to enforce immigration laws. No one is allowed to play the role that is supposed to be played by Home Affairs. Number three,
so what do you actually expect the South Africans to do when Home Affairs is clearly not doing its job? What is it exactly do you expect South Africans to say?
We've engaged with the National Police Commissioner, we've engaged with the National Health Department to say that they must do their work, which is policing, which is ensuring that everyone is able to access healthcare. So very, very clear, the answer is very, very clear that it is unlawful to prevent anyone, either documented or undocumented, from accessing healthcare. And I can also disclose that in the next.
So please tell us, Mr. Unlawful, is it unlawful for anybody to get in this country illegally? Is it unlawful for anybody to be in this country without the papers? Since you now defend the rights of the people that are not supposed to be here, is it unlawful for anybody to get in this country without the papers? Because if you can answer that, then you will realize why we don't have to deal with the lot.
Very, very clear that it is unlawful to prevent anyone, either documented or undocumented, from accessing healthcare. And I can also disclose that in the next couple of days, we'll also be announcing further measures to curb these practices. International law is very clear. The question from the NPO person, which is that no child should be rendered stateless. It doesn't matter who they are, but international law is very clear that no child should be rendered stateless.
You know, guys, there's nothing that I hate than being told about the international law. Please don't come here and tell us about the international law. Please, my guy. Don't tell us about the international law. And like I said yesterday, most of these people, they tend to think that the government is the one that is funding all of these programs. They don't want to acknowledge the fact that the taxpayers in this country are the ones that are footing the bill on everything, and they have the right to say, we don't want our money to be used for this. They have the right. Just like that Nigerian that was calling for the ANC to do something about Operation Dudula and saying the ANC must arrest these people because these people are now trying to stop the illegal foreigners from occupying our public clinics and our public hospitals. We told this idiot that no, man, you are speaking with the people that are paying for the taxes. These people have the right to say, we don't want our tax money to be used for 1, 2, 3. They have the right. It is not the government that is funding this. It is us, the taxpayers. We are funding everything. We are funding everything. I hate it when people speak as if South Africans are average, South Africans are not the ones that are footing the bill for all of these things. He's calling for all of these benefits to be afforded to all of these people. Who's going to pay for that? They think that the government is the one that is paying. South Africans are just useless peasants that are not even contributing. According to these people, we are just a bunch of useless peasants that are not even contributing to the society. The government has all the money. They are the ones that are funding everything that is happening in this country. So South Africans do not have the right to say anything about these programs in this country. This is how they see this country. And this is how many of these people that have jumped in this country and got in this country illegally see about this country. They think that South Africans do not contribute to anything. That's why it is easier for them to insult us. That's why it is easier for this guy to tell South Africans, just look at how arrogant he's sitting there, telling South Africans that we have spoken with Fanny Masemola and we want him to do his work, to actually police. When are you going to call for the president to actually do something about the borders? Do that. When are you going to do that? Since you pretend to care about the human rights.
The Constitution is also very clear when it comes to the rights of the child, that every child, whether documented or undocumented, they've got the right to access education, they've got the right to access healthcare.
Every day, man. Every day, this institution is annoying us, man. Every day. Every day. I remember yesterday I posted something about the. I posted something about the head of the research of the South African Human Rights Commission. The head of the research, man, I cannot even pronounce his surname. I cannot even pronounce that guy's surname. And people that are commenting there, they are saying, man, this surname is Ugandan. This guy comes from Uganda, a country where Museveni has blocked the human rights. Instead of going back to Uganda to make noise about the human rights, he's coming to South Africa to annoy us. And this inept and incompetent government of ours has actually allowed such disrespect. They have allowed South Africans to be disrespected by a bunch of these idiots. They have allowed a situation where we are disrespected in this country. Man, if I was the president of the country, there's absolutely no way I was going to allow the people that are coming outside of this country to insult the natives. There's absolutely no way. There's absolutely no way. Absolutely no way. Oh, here's the picture that I posted yesterday. This guy, Dr. Martin Nsibirwa. Apparently this guy is the head of the research there, and he's not the only one with a funny surname. He's not the only one. This is why this institution must be dissolved, man. Like, the sooner this thing is dissolved, the better. It's better. And just listen to what Operation Dudula is saying. Operation Dudula is not saying much. We are just asking for South Africans to be prioritized. I mean, like, every day, guys, I don't want to lie, I'm falling in love with Operation Dudula. Every day.
And now, what would you say to those that who can say you are abusing power and you don't want foreigners in this country?
But which power? I mean, Operation Dudula just have muscles. We don't have power. I mean, we're not in parliament. We're not in any municipalities. It's just that we are representing South Africans, and fortunately, they are responding well because they can see that we are in trouble. I mean, illegal immigration is just one of that big issue that nobody wants to talk about it. Not even the president of this country wants to talk about it. We are saying is that we want South Africans to be prioritized. Clinics, our people must be serviced with dignity and pride. Foreigners must not go there because they must have their own medical insurance when they come.
Fact. Fact. This is what South Africans are saying.